Hi everyone, this is Alice. I wanted to address some of the things that are coming up here in creating the biographical page for your research paper. So Alyssa, thank you. I'm going to use your paper to start out here, and I think I'll look at two or three with you and try and point out some different things. Alyssa does a fantastic job with her running head and whatnot. Her title page looks really strong. And here she has her running head happening again at the top of page 2, which is nice. She repeats the title here. She's got that pretty much centered as far as I can tell. Um, so I'm going to mention a few things that I see as I go along in looking at these couple of papers here with you and making this screencast. But I want to warn you that typically if I have mentioned or talked to you about something that was in a prior discussion, um, I'm not going to talk about it a lot again. So I'm specifically going to give you feedback on the things that were assigned for that particular week. So a couple of things that I do see though is that this might very well be a 1-inch margin, but over here is more than that, and so that's going to be an issue for you, Alyssa. So as far as the biographical piece, it looks like it's starting at the top of page 3. So we don't repeat this title here again, so this part would come off. And this whole piece that's biographical in nature would start right here underneath her introductory piece where she utilized the textbook. All right, good. So the next thing that I see that really jumps out at me is that there are a number of quotes, direct quotes here, Alyssa, and so you're going to need to paraphrase or summarize in your own words instead of using direct quotes. So I see a longish quote here, another one here, and unfortunately that will put you way over the originality mark that you're allowed from Dropbox, which is 15% or less. So, you know, this is great that you have it in here now, but you need to go back, look at it, and recreate it in your own words. So once you do the in-text citation, instead of this paragraph 1, paragraph 3, and so on that you might see here, what she's going to have to do is use the same sort of format that was used here with the textbook. It's author last name, comma, year of publication within parentheses, and then the period at the end. Okay, so I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to go retrieve another paper. Okay, so next we have Dalton's paper. Thank you, Dalton, for the use of this paper. So this is the start here, and you can see there's the Hockenberry Nolan and Hockenberry, 2016 in-text citation. I uses the et al. Here. That's great. And then I can see, you can see how I mentioned earlier then that Alyssa would need to just move her material up and continue it on. Again, this is a short paper, and so it doesn't need to be broken out in separate pages. Alyssa might have just been doing that for the moment and was going to put it all together, but I appreciate her having done that so I could point it out. So here on Dalton's paper, it's coming right after the introductory piece, starting right in on the biographical piece. So it looks like Dalton used a website by Joseph Steinmetz, written in 2015, and so this is nicely done here, talking about describing the article, remembering Richard F. Thompson, puts the author name here and then 2015, and I'm okay with that. But then it looks like some information was paraphrased, summarized through here, and then just use the author's last name, comma, year of publication. So that is the in-text citation. Here it is again, Steinmetz, comma, 2015. Notice an interesting thing here. It looks as though another piece from Hockenberry Nolan and Hockenberry 2016 was utilized here in this paper, which is fine, but remember that after you use it the first time and write out all 3 author's last name, that you may use the abbreviation et al. Per APA style. So instead of using Hockenberry, Nolan, and Hockenberry here, it would be Hockenberry et al., 2016. So that would be a small change there. So this was fine, it looks good, and then we went back to using Steinmetz in the 2015, and as the reader I can see that we changed from paraphrasing from this article to this textbook and now back to this article. So that all looks good there. Okay, I will say that several of you have started to put this reference for the journal article here on the references page, and we're going to get to taking a close look at those next week. Okay, so thank you, and send me any of your questions.